Hey, how's it going, everyone? GC Performance here, back from the video, and today we're taking a look at this brand new wireless derailleur that's still in the works. This is a full 1x Grupo. I don't really talk about mountain bike stuff that much, but this is something that really caught my eye, which I'll talk about in a second. But it is a wireless kind of setup for a 1x12 drivetrain system made by Wheeltop. It's a mountain bike drivetrain right now, but I figured I can talk about it because of the fact that I work on mountain bikes a lot. I work with GX axis, XX1 axis. I work with XX1 mechanical. Not only do I do road bikes, but I also work on mountain bikes as well. But the thing that caught my eye the most about this was right here where it says the Wheeltop shows wireless mountain bike drivetrain tunable to any 7 to 12 speed cassette, which is insane. Now we'll talk about price point, we'll talk about the company, we'll talk about the weight of this thing as well. But they're putting out a full drivetrain. I mean, well, shifter. It's basically an upgrade kit, a shifter and derailleur to work with whatever you have. So if you're running a 1x7, you can have that compatible with this. If you're running a 1x12, you can have that compatible with this. Which I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know if it's going to be a software thing. I don't know if it's going to be a hardware thing. I don't know if you're going to have to swap out cages to make it work with a 7-speed compared to a 12-speed. But it's pretty crazy to think. And they're doing it at a pretty competitive price point of $400. So about the company itself, Wheeltop showed this off. I actually made a video about them a while ago. This was about a year ago, May 9th, 2021. China Cycling did a video where he went to the expo itself and they had this on display, Wheeltop, of it shifting. And I'll just show you guys this real quick so you guys can see that. That is my old... This right here is my old cam where I didn't show my face. But anyways, you can see here. Wait, let me do this real quick, dog. Let me hit it with a bam. Hit it with a bam bam. Again, big shout out to China Cycling. Joe, you're great. But they have it on demo. It's been out for a year and still in prototype, and there's no release date yet. So maybe they're having some functionality or maybe some flaws with it. But we'll talk about it in a second. But they show it in functioning here. I guess it's waterproof. They said they might come out with a drop bar version as well later on down the road. But you see they have it function underneath the water. Looks very similar to an XX1 axis derailleur and the shifter as well. So this has been out for... This came out a year ago where they have all this stuff like this. So pretty cool. Okay? So back to the actual thing. So it's been about a year. Maybe they're having some problems with connectivity. The biggest thing is always with wireless stuff is riding in groups or riding with friends. You don't want your shifter to trigger off someone else's derailleur, and that's also a problem coming from a company that isn't as major in the wireless game. Whereas SRAM and Shimano have done this for a while with all these their patents and all their testing and stuff like that. When you step into this game, there's already all these patents coming out here. It's hard to compete with that type of stuff to do it. SRAM does a great job. Shimano does a great job. They don't have a wireless XTR version yet, but a wire version. But anyways, that's a problem with wireless stuff, is you don't want your shifter firing off one of your buddy's derailleur. But again, the 7 to 12. So in the box, it comes with 2 batteries, a derailleur, a shifter, the charge cable, and also the charger as well. Wireless topped wireless derailleur has a range for a 1052 tooth cassette, but configured to work pretty much with any 7 to 12 speed cassette you fancy. Which again, I don't know how that's possible. That's the only reason I made this video. Again, even they talk about a wireless system still under prototyping. It's not clear how exactly the reconfiguration would work, whether it would cost extra pennies to reconfigure a new cassette, but possibility remains making the system super versatile. I would think that maybe they have some kind of software on your phone paired with the app where you can be like 7-speed mode, 8-speed mode, 9-speed mode, and this will be up to the consumer whether or not, if they're buying it, they're going to cut the chain to length, and that's it. I don't think you have to have that. That cage doesn't look that long. I think you would just maybe need to cut the chain to where it needs to be at. Or maybe you have a hardware feature on the actual device. Maybe you don't need a program. You just have a button on there. Like you click a button on the derailleur itself, pop, 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 to that. And it goes like 1 beat for 7-speed, 2 beats for 8-speed, 3 beats for 9-speed, 4 beats for 10-speed. I don't know if that's going to really work, but whatever. But also, the weight of this thing is actually really, really crazy. They say right here, the cage itself is, the whole derailleur is 351 grams with battery, which makes this prototype about 25 grams lighter than the SRAM XX1 axis derailleur. That's nothing. I mean, 25 grams is really nothing, but at the price point it comes at compared to the Axis group set upgrade kit, it's pretty crazy. Now, SRAM, you're going to get the lifetime warranty. You're going to get the known workability or the known efficiency of SRAM. It's going to do its job well. They've been in the market for a while. You're going to get that great customer service. And also aesthetics. The SRAM XX1 does have the aesthetics on there. But an XX1 Axis upgrade kit is $1,150 for a derailleur, a shifter, a battery, and a charger. They make a budget version of that, the GX Axis, which I believe is $700, maybe $600. I think $700, $699. Give me 1 second. $633, $600. Okay, so there's some discounts in there, but we'll just take $633 for backcountry. That seems about right. So GX Axis is $633. That's a nice price difference, and that's still a very reliable product. This is going to come in and say that it is $400 around. $380 to $400, that's a price point. They haven't given an exact price, but it's somewhere around there, which is crazy. It's very competitive. It gets someone who wants to get into wireless shifting an opportunity to without spending the bank. Now, that's where the consumers got to decide whether or not they're going to splurge for the SRAM to get the backing of the warranty and stuff like that, or I don't know what Wheeltop's plan is, but this will be my input for Wheeltop if they're listening. I don't know if they are or not. You sell it for $400. You give a lifetime warranty on the stuff for the motor, for the battery. Basically, if something fails on that and they have a way to prove that it's failed, that just something happened with software and that, you cover it without a question of ask and you send it out, because I'm sure this stuff isn't that expensive to make, which I don't know, but and to a point, you cover it. You give a great warranty backing. You stand by your product. If you make your product good, you stand by it and you send it out. Obviously, there's crashes involved, or if there's scuff marks on there that shouldn't be on there, or there's clear signs of damage or tampering, then that is a crash replacement, or that is negligence on the user error. But that's why SRAM and Shimano made their ways. SRAM back in the day had the best warranty out there. They, without question the consumer, if the shop said it was bad and we stood by it, they would send out the product without question, and it was really great. So what Wheeltop needs to do to be competitive, they need to do the same thing by sending out a great warranty, or they need to stand by their product. This is a shifter for it as well. And the cool thing about this is that just similar to SRAM, where you have those micro adjustments, let's say your derailleur is a little bit out of whack, you need to adjust to on the fly. This thing has the same compatibility with it as well, where you can go into a micro shift mode to make sure that it's working properly. But the shifter looks a little bit weird, just an up-down button, but I'm sure it's easy to get used to once you get used to it. It only works right now with a 22.2 mountain bike flat bar, but they said they should have a nice drop-down version maybe down the road. And also, if you go to Wheeltop's website, they have a road category, which that would be crazy, and I would love to get my hands off. They did a road wireless group set. That'd be absolutely insane. But from my standpoint of it, it's $400. It's lighter than an XX1 if that same prototype is out there. We just have to make sure that compatibility works with it. You're not cross-shifting if you ride with your buddy, and they have to offer a great kind of warranty to that product. I know that you sometimes think $400, it's cheap enough so you don't need a warranty, but it's still a pretty expensive upgrade kit comparing to a SRAM GX Axis, which is on the market already. So, but the coolest thing about it, here we go, pricing and availability. James Leon from Wheeltop tells EDX OS systems will retail around $400 USD. That money will fetch you the derailleur, shifter, 2 batteries, and a charger. No word on actual launch date yet. And that was a year ago that they had that showing that thing. But the coolest thing I think about this is I know so many people who have 7-speed, 8-speed rock hoppers, 9-speed rock hoppers. They want to upgrade the drivetrain, but I'm usually like, hey, the only thing to upgrade to is to a XX1, which you have to get a 12-speed, which you have to get a chain, a cassette, a shifter, a bottom bracket. That gets expensive. You have to change out wheels to accept an XTR hub. If they can make this work with a 7 to 12 speed and put pressure on these big companies to follow suit, like SRAM and Shimano, if this actually works properly, you put out a product for $400 for 7 to 12 speed, I think that's a game changer. I really do. it'll be crazy for someone to buy a rock hopper and know that they can upgrade to something premium if they really like that bike. So that way you don't have to take the plunge of buying, hey, I just spent $800 on this bike. I want to upgrade it. No, you're hindered to your level cap, and they got spawned into the world at a rock hopper. So now they got to spend this money to go. Now they have an option. Basically, I'm saying they have an option to go to wireless. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this group set. Maybe the road group will fall or. Anyways, thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video.